Welcome back to Buffalo Fireside Chats. I hope everybody's doing good. Man, it has been absolutely gorgeous here in Buffalo, New York. Believe it or not, we actually have people that bitch about the weather. When it pushes 80, it's too hot. It's too hot. I'm always sweating. It's like, what the hell, people? We are in winter lockdown about 5 months out of the year. Usually shoveling snow off of our cars and sometimes the roofs of our houses. So I could deal without that. So get off your ass and go enjoy the weather, says the man sitting in his garage recording this right now. But hey, hypocrisy's okay, right? Okay. But seriously, it's been great. We've had some great nights, great firesides, and a good time for some friendship. But I want to get into the recent news of my beloved ILUS, and I would like to share with you my new summer-fall investment that I made. And we also have an admission from the biggest asshole of the OTC. But first, let's get to the bourbon of the week. Basil Hayden. Raise a glass to something special. Booker No loved bourbon. He loved the craft of it, the character of it, the pour me another one and tell me a story of it. He loved what it could mean and all the things it could be. But most of all, he loved the way it tasted. In Basil Hayden, he created the kind of whiskey he loved, spicy yet smooth, both rich and sweet. A high rye Kentucky straight bourbon with a refined flavor profile that rewards a second glass. So, in true Kentucky style, let's get straight to the good stuff. And now, on to the description. Flavors of white pepper, orange peel, lemon, and core notes are offset by a gentle cinnamon, rice spice, and sweet caramel. Dry and rather brief finish with a big bang of refreshing nice cinnamon pepperiness and light vanilla oakiness. I get the vanilla. I do. Often with these bourbons, I get vanilla. But the cheers of the week I'd like to give out to IGAL. You are the DD king on ILUS, and man, you deserve it. Thank you for all that you've done, and the ILUS community, the ILUS fam, thanks you. Cheers to you, IGAL. Absolutely delicious. Well, speaking of the great DD king, let's go, and it's like BB King. I feel like I'm saying BB King. Let's get into some of the most recent news for ILUS, guys. All right, so let's get into this. Wikisoft Corporation announces binding letter of intent to acquire the majority stake, 51% to be exact, of Quality International. Everybody was freaking out. The timelines. Where's the video? They promised it. You know what? But you just got to be cool. If you know what you own, if you've done the DD, if you are totally invested in ILUS and you have listened to the shareholder meetups, if you've went to the shareholder meetings, if you've went to those things virtually, you hear them. You hear what they say and you see what they do, and they do what they say. And guess what? For the people that, you get all nervous, just take your ILUS timeline pills. Take them, quick. Now, the real investors, we don't need that crap. It's true. But, so, these guys acquired 51% of Quality International. Now, I'm going to put the link to this article below, so I'm not going to read it to you. But I do want to cover just sort of the highlights of it. United Arab Emirates headquartered, $100 million in revenue forecasted for 2022, 10 million square feet of manufacturing and assembly facilities, including 2 waterfront yards, 1,350 employees, 1,750 during peak periods. All right, so borderline, 2,000 depending on the time of the year. $75 million of orders in production with a further $230 million in confirmed purchase orders. A sales pipeline of over $4 billion. End users such as BP, Shell, Total, Chevron. Guys, they have put their money where their mouth is, and it's absolutely amazing. And guess what? You were absolutely warned about this. You know, by who? Aside from me and many other people, the main dog, the DD King. Not to be confused with BB King. Boom. That's what I've been trying to tell people all along. ILUS is a majority stakeholder in ERT, which owns a majority of WSFT, which is majority stakeholder in Quality International. Many more spinoffs and SPVs to come. All revenues will flow up the ladder to the ILUS balance sheet. Guys, this is such a win for ILUS, and I am so excited about it. And guess what? He even put this together for you. I showed this to you. This has been all over Twitter. It's been on StockTwits. We're sharing this information because it's great information. This is pretty much what happened. This is like just one leg right here. And at the time we didn't know, it wasn't confirmed, but there was some speculation, but now that this is Quality International, but the fact that this is just one leg of the spider, ILUS is like the freaking tarantula of the OTC. Don't frig with ILUS. But just look at where this is going. These guys are absolute beasts. I love it. And I'm so glad to be a shareholder. I am now up to 210 plus thousand shares. I remember when I was content at 50. I want to get as many shares as possible. And, as happy as I am, I sort of want to get more. So we're going to see what I do. So this is all great stuff. And you know what? In addition to all of this, the update video that JP did, it's out there. It was put out yesterday. And I'm going to put that in the description below, so you guys could just click on that and watch it. They have their own YouTube channel, ILUS International. So that's where they will be posting these things. So just go click on it and watch it, and JP will slap you silly. All right. But actually, at one point, I think he referred to, I forgot what acquisition it was, but it was about 1.2 million in revenue, and he referred to it as a bite-sized chunk, and that's a big chunk, but that's like a little nib for JP. I could just imagine what that beast eats for dinner. Probably the whole cow. I'm not messing with you, JP. I'm just busting your balls. But great work as always. You guys are awesome. So I'm sweating just thinking that he's going to just bust in the door right now and grab me by the throat. No, JP, you rock. And that was an awesome update video. So please click on it and watch it. So I want to move on to my summer investment, my summer/fall investment of a company I've been sort of following for about a year now, give or take. And I finally pulled the trigger on it, and I'm going to use this next company as a way to not only invest in that company, but get some cash for more ILUS shares, which I'm pretty excited about. So I am talking about CYBL. But before we get into CYBL, this just in. Well, it looks like I was wrong. No shit. All right, CYBL. It's sitting at a penny right now. I've waited a year. I've been following them, and I've been waiting just to get the right buy-in. And you never could time anything. I missed a really good dip last week, where I could have picked up about 20,000 more shares, but whatever. You can't time everything perfectly. But yes, there is a yield sign. So people are like, oh my God, there's a yield sign, freaking out. Companies that may have limited disclosure or financial information publicly available, but meet a minimum requirement for public quoting under Rule 15C2-11. All right, they did address this. All right, quick update. We were notified that the OTC now requires our filings in OTC format and not the SEC format we have always filed for paying current last year, the past 5 Qs and Ks. No matter what, our pre-audit team is double overtime to get this done ASAP. So they did address that, and some people are freaking out over stock promotion. I don't think this is that big of a deal, to be honest. All right, paying a company to promote your stock, they're trying to look for new investors. But I think that at the end of the day, they're not going to need to do this based on what they're doing. So stock promotion, they actually, they address this as well. We are aware of the promotions badge placed by the OTCM. We have contacted the media company responsible for the article, and they have taken down the content. They contend the content in the article is in compliance. Nonetheless, we are working with the OTC to get this and our pink current resolved. We will have updates as we receive more information. So now I want to get to the 2 main reasons why I think this is going to be a good investment for the future for me. So this is on marketwatch.com. Their revenues basically from 2021 to 2020. 8.1 million, obviously an increase, right? They didn't really have much going on here. Gross income growth, 31% increase, 31,000% increase. And I look at it like this, all right? This is what sells me here too. Cyberlux Corporation releases amended first quarter financial and operational results, confirming the company delivered $6.25 million in revenue and $1.24 million in net income for the quarter ending March 31st, 2022. So look, $6.25 million in revenue, all right? Almost as much as what they did all year 2021. So that's an indicator to me that this company is going in the right direction. They're also, actually, this is another big thing. The company completes the complex process of removing 700 million shares previously issued from its outstanding shares, reducing the balance by 12% overall. In addition, the CYBL board of directors has moved to further reduce its authorized share level by 1.75 billion or 20%. They want increased growth, all right? They want to remove shares without having to. I think it was like 19 million they're buying back, $19 million worth. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Please don't. Don't do it. Don't quote me on that. But they're reducing shares in an effort to avoid a reverse split. So as a shareholder, I'm very comfortable seeing that, and that gets me pretty excited. And that should have a positive impact on the share price. Now, whether it does or doesn't, anything happens in the stock market. You can't predict what's going to happen. You know what? Quite frankly, on the news that ILUS had on, it was late news, but there was still an hour left of trading. An hour plus, if I'm correct. I might be wrong. But seriously, that you think there would have been a big buy in them. But, you can't predict what's going to happen. I just think that CYBL is going to be a good opportunity for me to flip some shares so I could get more ILUS shares and so I could hold more CYBL shares long term. So, and my conviction is pretty strong with this group. I'm going to see where they go. And you know what? It could work out. It could not work out. All these plays are high risk, but except for ILUS. I don't consider ILUS high risk. They've already proven themselves to me, and they're doing it. But here, I'm going to put this in the description below as well. CYBL Corporation presented at the Emerging Growth Conference. I cannot say that. Maybe it was a little bit of a Basil Hayden. Emerging Growth Conference. There it is, June 8th. All right, they presented there. And go click the link below. It's actually a very good presentation. So if you want more information on CYBL, this would be a good place to start. Let's get back to it over here. All right, guys, thank you for watching. You all have a wonderful week. Remember, there is more that binds us than breaks us, and we will see you soon. Peace.